San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs wrapped up their rodeo road trip in style with a 40-point win in Philadelphia, being the Sixers 131-91. They now return home for a game tomorrow night against the Detroit Pistons. Cowboys have gone under the salary cap. They were nearly $55 million over it before reworking the contracts of Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tyler Smith today, clearing up $66 million.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history! A walk-off home run!
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. I appreciate y'all joining me, however y'all may be joining me, whether that's 94.1 on your FM dial. If you're locked in and listening live at sasportstar.com via your AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you're watching live on YouTube, that's right, we stream all of our shows live on YouTube, whether it's the Morning Huddle, the Blitz, or right here with Extra Innings with Pledger. Just go to YouTube, search at SA Sports Star. Go ahead and like and subscribe while you're there. You're able to watch the show, comment with the show as it happens, like Pumbaa Grubs saying, a little premature pledge on a Wednesday. Yeah, show's getting going a little early today. Of course, you can also call in if you want to be a part of the show, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you want to be a part of the conversation. And there is a lot of conversation to get into. I want to get into the Cowboys and the cap and all of that great stuff, but how can you not start with what happened last night as the Spurs just bounced back in the most impressive way? And Tyrese Maxey's a hell of a good player. Just because they were without Joel Embiid doesn't mean that that's a lottery type team. And the Spurs went in there and they were up by 49 points at one point. They won by 40. They just went in there from tip to finish and destroyed the 76ers, locked down Tyrese Maxey, and Mitch Johnson talking about that win in Philly and how there was no lull despite the big lead.
When we've committed to just not getting bored with our success at times and staying with what's working, we've had some really good stretches, and tonight we saw it.
And it was very impressive with how they handled that and the way that they respond after bad losses, whether it was last night or all this season. This is a team that hasn't lost more than 2 games in a row all season long and has always found a way to kind of respond after they get their butt whooped.
Yeah, I think, up until this moment in the season, one of the things I've been most proud of our group and most happy with those guys, because it's them, is their competitive response. And typically when we've had some adversity, whether that's unique lineups, haven't played well, someone got the better of us maybe, whether it's the prior game or in a stretch, we typically have bounced back, and I think that's a testament to their character and competitiveness.
And that is fantastic, the way that they've handled these things. Earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, Rob and AJ talking about how the Spurs just took care of business to close out the rodeo road trip in style.
San Antonio Spurs, 131-91 victory last night over the Sixers. Yeah, it was assault. And quite frankly, the Spurs took the fourth quarter off, or it could have been worse.
It was. There's something wrong with the league, man. I mean, I'm all for an ass whooping. I am. But that was a false win. I mean, we kicked the living crap out of that team, and we just kept going. It was a JV game. We started fast, got faster, and then in the third quarter, got even faster.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an absolute destruction by a team that did not care, by a coach that did not want to win, with a bunch of apathetic players and angry fans.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not – it's good because it's fun when you win, but that's not good for anybody but backups who get to play in the fourth quarter. Lindy Waters had a fun time last night.
Yes.
But that was about it. You see that and you want you guys get off the court for the love of God. I don't want anybody to get hurt in something like this because it doesn't matter who's playing. This team doesn't want to win, nor do they care. I'm all for the win. I love the fact that we rolled, but that was embarrassing for the NBA last night. And I don't know what the fix is. I know they're going to work on it this summer, but there's something very deeply wrong with this league when we see blowouts like this in March. I get April.
I took a beating on Underdog yesterday because
everybody did. Everybody sat down early.
I had everything tied to Andre Drummond.
Sure. Well, he did defensively all right.
No, well, you know how many minutes Andre Drummond played?
8.
5.
Yeah, it wasn't many.
5 minutes, 1 of 7 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. What? Now, he was on a pace for his rebound. He had 3 rebounds in 5 minutes, which is all I was counting on was I needed 9 rebounds. But he only played 5 minutes. And then he's out of the game. He never came back. He picked up 3 fouls in 5 minutes, gone. Ghost. See ya. You don't play anymore.
And why? Why play?
Because I needed 9 rebounds.
I lost on him, too. Although I'm glad they sat Maxey down or I'd have lost another one. But that kind of game is silly. I'm not angry with the win again. I love the fact that we got to showboat and dance around on the Philly stage. But
you like when Bismack and Kelly Olynyk get double-digit minutes.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's good. I'm all for a competitive game finishing up late in the third, a coach calling it. I get that. But last night was just such a thorough one team just did not care.
No, you're right.
I mean, it was just it's sad.
And it's not like the Sixers are the Wizards. Like they're not tanking, at least they don't seem to be tanking. It's a playoff team.
Well, last night was an embarrassment. Or, I might be denigrating what was such an extraordinarily well-played basketball game by the Spurs. And that's not the case. I mean, you had 18 threes, but 17 of them, you're wide open. I mean, it was practice shots.
But the Sixers, they called it so early. Like, it was like, we're not winning. So they had no starter go over 25 minutes. And they just said, well, we're which, I mean, neither did the Spurs, but the Spurs were winning. The Sixers said, we're done fighting. They pulled everybody out and they played, it was Cam Payne and Adam Bona and, a bunch of guys.
Yeah. And hey, I'm all about the win. Nice tune up when we come home and we get Detroit again, and Detroit's going to have a point to prove. And I think that there's going to be a fair amount of attention on that game. So a nice little tune up if you want to just shake off the cobwebs, but that was nothing to keep the blade sharp.
And they broke their 1-game losing streak. They said, you know what, enough of this.
Holy cow, man! I mean, that was one of those biblical beatdowns. My son, texted me about 5 minutes into the game. Goes, Wemby's going to have a triple double with blocks.
Well,
I mean, he sat down too soon,
minutes, yeah,
but he would
Yep.
have.
Complete and utter dismantling.
Just complete and utter dismantling. It was a fantastic game to watch, be a fan of, and more so than any of that, it was the nostalgia I never knew I needed, but I'm damn sure glad I got last night, because that old NBC, everything from the open to the score bug to the graphic switches, just the way that they did everything with the old NBA on NBC nostalgia just put me in the greatest mood watching that game last night. And the game helped too, but man, just the way it even started.
This is the NBA on NBC. Tonight, The San Antonio Spurs visit the Philadelphia 76ers. It's Coast to Coast Tuesday, presented by Kia.
A cold, rainy night in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, the city where American democracy was born 250 years ago, and hence the name of this city's NBA team, the 76ers, who tonight play host to the San Antonio Spurs. It's game one of NBC's Coast to Coast Tuesday, which tonight is also Throwback Tuesday, as we welcome you to Xfinity Mobile Arena. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Costas with Coach Doug Collins, four-time All-Star with the 76ers, former NBA Coach of the Year, the guy that Marv dubbed the czar of the telestrator, Mike Fratello. So it's Throwback Tuesday. We put the old band back together. We got the band back together, at least for one night.
And the band never sounded so good. It was from the game, the intro, the broadcast team, the graphics. It was everything I never knew I needed. And it was chef's kiss perfect. Fred said, yeah, he was telling his brother it reminded him of being a teenager. NBC killed it. Agree. Sounded like the same voice guy. It was the same voice guy. Pretty sure they used AI to recreate it, but yeah, I mean, it was absolutely incredible. And it made the game feel that much bigger by saying all of that. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. It was the perfect NBA callback. When we come back, the NFL, they did something like that earlier this year, but I don't know if they can turn the clocks back far enough for the Dallas Cowboys to be relevant again, because I don't know if we've been had or if this truly is going to be something different, because you hear from Dak, you hear from Jerry, you see some of the moves they've made this offseason. It feels different. But then here we are just outside of the start of free agency, and it feels oddly the same at the same time. I'll explain when we come back right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, the Spurs back in town and back in action, taking on the Pistons.
Franchise tags have been laid, and now it's time to go find free agents. Where are the Cowboys looking? What's going on with the Texans? And, oh, my goodness, college basketball is getting serious. It's going to be a fun day. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm worth more.
You bet I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
We completely agree. At GiveMeTheVin.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more for good cars at Give Me the VIN, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Nigel, why are you wearing a tuxedo?
That's not just a tux. It's a statement.
But your pants are 3 inches too short and your shirt has ruffles? Folks, there's nothing sophisticated about plumbing or AC problems. When repairs are needed, call Quarter Moon and we'll have a truck at your home or office fast, and we'll fix the problem with fair pricing.
Joel, don't be jealous of my new look.
That looks like it's from the 70s, and man, it sure is tight.
Nonsense, Joel.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiked spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Hi, I'm April Ansira with the Ansira Auto Group. We've teamed up with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star to give away $60,000 to local charities in our Bracket for a Cause contest. 64 local charities will be randomly paired with tournament teams. The winner will get $50,000, while the team that suffers the biggest loss gets $10,000. All the details on how your nonprofit can enter are online at Ansira.com. That's Ansira.com. Good luck.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really helped me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1076. 800-499-1076. 800-499-1076.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM, sasportstar.com. Appreciate y'all for rolling along with me. Dallas Cowboys, they've been moving differently this offseason. Agree with you 1,000% on that. From the way that they hired Christian Parker to the swift exit of Matt Eberflus, the construction of the coaching staff surrounding Christian Parker, Jerry Jones, not just on his bus at the combine, hasn't been everywhere since, wasn't at the initial interview for Christian Parker. So no deflection of questions and stuff that would have taken away and rerouted things. But he has also done some things eerily similar. The George Pickens franchise tag remains chief among those things. But now we're coming into free agency. And everybody thought, because the Spurs have been the Cowboys have been moving so differently this offseason, well, they can free up all this money with all these restructures and reworking of deals. And Jerry even mentioned it on his bus. And I've kind of been wait and see on that. Well, they did the first part of that. They did the restructures they need to do to get under the salary cap in order to be ready for when the new league year starts on March 14th, March 11th being the time you can actually legally tamper. But they've got Pickens on the tag. They've got Brandon Aubrey on a second round tender, which is going to be expensive. So how does that affect how they approach things after all these restructures?
1 week from today, next hump day.
Next hump day.
It's New Year's Day.
Wow.
The league year in the NFL.
Wow, that's cool. And you know what I love
Free
about
agency open.
You know what I love about the NFL these days? It's a year-round sport.
It has been.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
It's year-round. There's stuff going on, it seems, year-round. We're going to have our first OTAs coming up pretty soon, right?
Crazy, isn't it?
It's nuts.
Love it.
I do too.
Love it. And look, news flying everywhere today with, this team saying they're going to release this person, cap casualty, this guy's getting a new job. Brock Hoffman, a restricted free agent for the Dallas Cowboys. A couple of weeks ago, there were reports that they really wanted to keep him. Dude started a lot of games last year for Dallas.
He did, yeah. He can play anywhere. I mean, center but
guard,
he can play anywhere.
Center guard, and dude, he's been on the blitz many times, man. Dude is fun to talk to. Has a great podcast.
Funny guy.
As well. Eats a lot. That'd be a bummer if he left. Because I restricted free agent, I thought he might be one that would get the tender. Which makes me wonder if the because I just think this guy's going to be able to go make a lot of money somewhere else. You kind of remember some of those Spurs players that were here and then, making a lot of money in other places. And he's going to go make a lot of money. And, man, the Cowboys offensive line, we spend so much time talking about the defense needing fixing. Cowboys offensive line, the starters, for the most part, good. For the most part, I know you're going to say Tyler Guyton, but for the most part, good. 4 or 5 I'm happy with.
Okay.
Or 3 of the 5.
All right.
Steele.
Yeah. Steele.
But the depth is the concern. And Brock Hoffman's been a great depth guy for the Cowboys for a while.
Brock's been great. Yeah, he really has. And again, just because of his versatility. He can play several different positions on that offensive line. So somebody's hurt, he can fill in. So it'd be interesting to me if the Cowboys do something with him to try and keep him. But I would imagine with offensive line help as desperate, a lot of teams need it. Brock Hoffman's going to be a popular guy on the free agent market.
Well, and everybody is looking for offensive line depth.
Absolutely.
And I wonder – just a guess. I have no way of knowing this. But we keep talking about Pickens and his guaranteed money. What Aubrey is going to get. All these restructures get the Cowboys just under the salary cap, but not enough to go spend a lot in free agency. But I expect some other deals to get reworked because they can. They can create the money if they want to. But if you're going to pay a lot more for your kicker, every position group has a dollar amount to it. It's fluid, but you've got a $300 million salary cap. You've got what's Dak's cap number today? Did it drop down to 43?
It dropped down significantly
right?
today, yeah.
Right. So say they got 43, 44 million for the quarterback. George Pickens, he's going to get tagged. The wide receiver room, that money, the budget for wide receivers just went way up. And they do that with the offensive line, with the defensive line, with the linebackers. Every position group has an amount of money associated with it to come up with the cap number. And when you overspend in one, you've got to take from the other. If they aren't going to sign Brock Hoffman, I'm just wondering, I'm just thinking and speculating out loud. Are they going to pay a kicker and steal from the offensive line group? Because the starters are set, but the depth, are they thinking, all right, well, we'll go find somebody on a rookie deal, then pay Brock Hoffman? Are they going to go cheap and offensive line depth, which if they did would be a major mistake?
Well, it's interesting that you say that, but I have to assume that they've got Aubrey figured in if he stays to what they reportedly offered him to begin with. So I have to figure they've got him figured in. Now, Brock Hoffman, obviously it's part of the plan to let him go explore because they're not going to tender him, and he's able to go anywhere he wants.
And again, but at some point, if you're going to pay that much money for your kicker, your special teams, your kicker, your long snapper, and your punter cost you $4.81 last year, right? I mean, really, what do you figure? They probably have under 3 million, 2.5 million in that group.
Sure.
And on the tender alone, Aubrey's going to make $5 million. So as a position group, you're probably looking at $8-9 million. So that money's got to come from somewhere. Where are they siphoning it off from? Because Brock Hoffman could probably start at a lot of places.
Well, I think the Houston Texans might be interested.
He wouldn't be good in Houston. I'm thinking he's going to end up being the center for the Chicago Bears. Him or Tyler Biadasz.
They're both available.
Because they're both available. The Bears are going to are scrambling to find a center.
Yeah.
But it does make me wonder, Jerry, talking about spending in free agency. Offensive line, not a priority. And quite frankly, hasn't been they got to do something there because they've got solid starters. I mean, Guyton, Jury is still out. Solid center guard, right tackle, right, but solid. Depth, check. If they lose Brock Hoffman, you undo that check, and now what are you going to do? Unless you're going to try to go young and cheap at offensive line. And you just paid a running back, and you've got a very expensive quarterback, and you're going to go cheap on the insurance there.
Yeah, but look, you've got to go cheap somewhere, though, don't you? I mean, and the offensive line is not where I would do that, but the Cowboys have invested first-round draft picks in that offensive line, 3 years in a row?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not like they've neglected it, but you're right. The depth part of it, especially if Hoffman goes elsewhere, is going to be a concern. Be interesting to see what they do, Jason. I wish they would make a splash. And the reason I say that, if we figure Pickens is playing, so you got Pickens and CD Lamb again on the outside. Your tight end is fine. Your running back is fine. Your offensive line we just talked about. So your offense should be okay. Go out and make a splash on the defensive side the way the Rams did today. It was expensive, but their major need on their defense was a defensive back, a good one. And they got a good one in Trent McDuffie today. It cost them a first, fifth, and sixth this year and a third in 2027. So it wasn't cheap, but they've addressed the biggest need that they had on that defense. And I tell you what, if the Rams stay healthy, they have to be the favorite to go to the Super Bowl.
And yes, they would be the favorite. Now, that brings me to my question. They only restructured enough today to get them under the cap slightly. We have seen Jerry sit on his hands when it comes to the beginning of free agency. And as a matter of fact, 1 year we saw him sit on his hands until after the draft. If they aren't willing to commit the limited money it would take to tender Brock Hoffman, maybe sign somewhere else and you get a comp pick for him, right? Or maybe they expect him to sign for so much that they're hoping that they get a comp pick in future years brought back to them instead of slapping a late round tender. But you slap a late round tender, all of a sudden you got draft capital, you've got cap space, or if nobody goes and gets them, you have Brock Hoffman, who you already did this with TJ Bass, so you're keeping him. If you can't allocate the money it'd take to tender someone as a restricted free agent, what gives you the belief that they're going to spend the money it would take to drastically help change this defense and go over after the guys that they're being linked to, like a Max Crosby or a Nakobe Dean or a Reed Blankenship? Because those guys aren't going to be cheap by any measure. What say you? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I guess the crux of it is the same realization that Joe finally came to when it came to the George Pickens thing and why he doesn't want to pay him. He doesn't trust him. He doesn't trust him to act right after he gets the money. So play it out and earn it and do it for 2 years because he doesn't think he'll trust him after that too. 1 year of being a good soldier during a contract year doesn't undo everything before that in Joe Reinagle's eyes. And I don't want to speak for him, but that's kind of the gist of what had happened earlier today on the Blitz. I am the same when it comes to Jerry Jones and how they attack free agency. I don't trust him anymore. I don't trust him to open up the money to make the moves, and I don't trust him to attack free agency the way that they claim that they want to attack free agency, even though the other things they have done this offseason have been different. There is a lingering, haha, gotcha moment that I think every Cowboy fan's just waiting for that shoe to drop. Because it feels like there's a huge buy-in, and all of a sudden we're going to be like, all right, Christian Parker is enough to fix this defense. And revamping this entire defensive staff. That's why we paid them. That's why we brought them in. It's not to fix the talent. It's to elevate the talent we already have. And if that's the case, do you do what the Kansas City Chiefs did today as they opened up $30 million in cap by not having to pay Trent McDuffie and extend him? He's going to be one of the top paid corners in the NFL. They opened up over $30 million by getting rid of Trent McDuffie. So if you're the Cowboys, do you do the same thing? Would you, for a similar package, let the two first with the franchise tag, let's throw it out the window. But let's say a team wanted to come and re-sign George Pickens the same way the Rams do with Trent McDuffie. Would a first round pick this year, a fifth, a sixth, or something comparable in those areas, first and third, first and fourth, and a seventh, and a future third or fourth, would 4 to 5 picks this year and in future years, and not having to give George Pickens all that money, would you, as a Cowboys fan, and I'm asking Cowboys fans because I am not, so I can't make this assertion for you, but I can tell you that it is a good move for the Chiefs, in my opinion. Talking with the Chiefs friend of mine today, he thought it was a good move, and we both love Trent McDuffie as a player. But the salary cap flexibility and the picks that allow you young, cheap talent and what you can potentially turn those into can set up the roster for future success while still being competitive this year. Losing George Pickens doesn't make the Cowboys offense not great. It makes them not elite unless Brian Flournoy continues to develop. But it allows you so much extra room to go and add to the defense. And then picks to be able to add to the depth on both sides of the ball. Would you rather get 4 to 5 picks, 1 first, and trade away George Pickens to a team willing to sign him to that extension now, or keep him on this team and roll it out and see if Jerry's willing to restructure these other deals and open up that wallet to actually bring in talent on the defensive side of the ball. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. What say you? Give us a call, or you can always chime in on the YouTube channel at SA Sports Star on YouTube. Go ahead, like, subscribe, comment along. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the free agents that we were just mentioning, because there's a list of 100 top free agents who should be in and out, especially now that Kyler Murray will be one of those free agents. Where does he rank on the list, and what are some of the perfect fits for these free agents? We'll discuss when we come back here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. And people say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday Sunday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas. So you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunk Club, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira Auto Group. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your tee, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. Appreciate y'all rolling along with me tonight as we take you up till 7 o'clock. Earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, since we're talking so much about free agency and the start of it, what are some of the people that are going to be available? Where do they rank and how do they best fit? Well, the Morning Huddle was talking about that earlier this morning with AJ and Rob.
Kyler Murray, now that he is a free agent, where do you think he ranks on the top 100 free agents list?
Top 5, 6. Give me the list. Give me some names.
All right.
Because, I mean, quarterbacks are the forever search, so he's immediately vaulted up high.
Number one, the best available free agent this offseason. Free agent unofficially opens on March 9th, which is
5 days.
Monday. That's the negotiation window when players can agree to terms, and then it officially opens a week from today. That's when the players can actually sign.
So
there's 2 days.
Like the tampering week.
Yeah, 2 days where they're allowed to talk, come up with deals. On the 11th, a week from today, they can actually sign.
Defensive lineman from the Bengals, probably pretty high up there.
Trey Hendrickson is number one. He'll be 31 years old. He is a free agent. The Bengals decided not to tag him. He is the best player available. Although he's 31 years old, I still think he's the best player available.
Kenny Walker is going to be out there, but it's a running back. I don't know how much he's going to chase.
I'll burn through some of the key. I'll give you the top 10, and then I'll give you some of the other key players. Tyler Lindenbaum, the Ravens center,
that matters.
Number 2 on the list.
That's a big get.
Number 3, Jalen Phillips, the Eagles edge rusher. That's a 6'5" edge rusher. That's after he got traded to the Eagles, finished the season well. 28 career sacks. Number 4, Alec Pierce of the Colts, top wide receiver available.
Now we're getting into his realm, I think.
Number 5, Rasheed Walker, offensive tackle, Green Bay.
Left tackle or right tackle?
Left.
Okay, there you go.
Odafe Owe at the edge for the Chargers.
So we're dealing with centers, edges, and wide receivers.
Yeah, linemen, edges, wide receivers. Braden Smith, tackle for the Colts, number 7. John Franklin Myers, who's the defensive lineman for the Broncos. Alante Taylor is number 9 for the Saints, the cornerback for the Saints.
Okay, now we're getting into the realm where I think is where.
And Quay Walker, linebacker for the Packers, is number 10.
See, linebacker, I can find another one.
Number 11 is Reek Woolen, the cornerback for Seattle. They got to make a decision.
Our road runner.
He had 12 picks in a 4-year
He's a ball
career
hawk. That guy gets the ball. Cowboys, you seeing this? Anyway.
Number 12. These are I'm going to give you some of the key names now. Number 12, Mike Evans.
I take a quarterback before I go get an older wide receiver, so I'm going to put my quarterback right in there. But Evans, we were talking about him in the break. What a consistently great football player. And think of the quarterbacks that he has either saved or rectified or enhanced over his career.
Number 14, the top quarterback, Malik Willis.
I'll trust scouts, but sometimes I think you're trying to be the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
And I know that Kyler's older and there's other baggage, but at the very least, I got real film of him being really successful.
Yeah. Well, you got 4 games last year of Malik Willis looking pretty decent. Number 15, Kenny Walker, running back for the Seahawks.
He's a good back.
He is. It's just he's a running back.
Yeah, just not great.
Number 17, Kyler Murray.
Wow, that's way down there.
Yep. He only played in 5 games. That's the thing. But in 7 seasons, threw for 120 touchdowns, ran for 3,200 yards. There's reason for interest.
The problem also is not about play or anything like that. And we had Minnesota on a fan on the Brigade Bar. The perception is he's lazy and self-centered. And it's very hard to say, look what I brung you from a general manager's point of view to a guy like that, even though he is the best thing for you. But to convince the fans that you just spent a whole bunch of money that might have gone to that left tackle or might have gone to that edge rusher to go get a quarterback, I get why he's all the way down there. But I do think as far as effect on your team, he's a top 5 get, but he's just a top 17 dude because of other stuff.
One other thing I haven't heard about Kyler Murray, I haven't heard a lot of teammates talking about what a great teammate he is.
No one went to his birthday party.
Yeah, I haven't heard a lot of guys go, I can't believe we let Kyler Murray walk away. Like, even when Kyler Murray was healthy and ready to play last year and they stuck with Jacoby Brissett, I didn't hear a lot of Cardinals teammates going, Kyler's getting a short end of a stick here. No, like, I don't know how beloved he is by the guys in that locker room.
And some of that is, I want a quarterback with a Napoleon complex. I do. I want you to get along with your teammates, but you don't need to love them like in high school and college. You just got to be professionals and don't sleep with his wife. Just show up for work and appreciate each other, but you don't have to like each other. You don't have to talk to each other. So some of that is justified, I think. But for the most part, man, I like a prima donna quarterback who thinks he can walk on water. I kind of want a guy who feels like, I went it by myself and I had to pull him back instead of push him forward.
I mean, there's a couple guys, Josh Allen certainly fits into this mold.
But you can be a nice guy while doing it too.
Justin Herbert fits into this mold, whose teammates seem like they will fight you for him.
Yeah, no one fight you for Kyler.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I want a guy that teammate, the Chiefs are going to fight for Patrick Mahomes. Oh, yes. The Bengals fight for Joe Burrow. Like, you take a late hit on Joe Burrow, they're coming after you.
But I'll tell you, you can be a real jerk. But if you're winning,
there's even guys who I don't think of, like Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's teammates love him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They'll fight you for Baker Mayfield.
That's a lifter for him. He uses that love to lift his team. Kyler does it in spite of the fact.
Yes.
They hate me, but I'm going to drill a pass. I'm going to complete it. But you can talk about me at the end of the game.
Khalil Mack, number 20.
Dude,
you still got any interest in Khalil Mack, 35-year-old Khalil Mack?
Hey, I saw what Jadeveon Clowney did for the Cowboys. Absolutely, I have interest in Khalil Mack.
Number 21, Travis Etienne. Number 23, another Seattle Seahawk, Rashid Shaheed, who's the big play guy.
Speed on speed.
Yep, defense stretcher. Number 25, Jawan Jennings. Third and Jawan, they call him.
That just struck me, man. The Seahawks are already dealing with the drain. They're losing their running back and one of their top playmakers off that offense.
Number 26, Boy Mafe, edge rusher, Seattle.
Yeah, already suffering, man.
You got to figure it out. 28, Reed Blankenship, Philadelphia safety.
This guy's low-key good.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, this is bad news. Buffalo Bills center and guard, number 31 and 32, Connor McGovern and David Edwards. They're going to at least pay Edwards. I don't know about McGovern, but
did you see that Chicago Bears center just retired up and
left
after
5 years? 5 years in the league.
That center, that's the Buffalo center. His dollar values just went way up.
Number 34, another Buffalo Bill, Joey Bosa. Is going to be available.
He mattered, but he wasn't a hired gun.
He wasn't a huge impact guy, but he's hurt a lot too. I don't know. I'd like to bring him back. I don't know that they will. Other big names, Joel Bitonio, who's probably, he's been in the league for 12 years. He's the guard for the Browns. He's been an all-pro guard at points, but I think he's now kind of like an older,
swing guard.
Yeah, might be. Number 42, Rico Dowdle.
There you go.
We've had him some Rico.
Number 44, Nakobe Dean, Philadelphia linebacker.
Another guy that should be on a good winning team.
Number 47, Aaron Rodgers. You think Aaron Rodgers ends up staying in Pittsburgh?
My gut always felt like that's what's going to happen.
I kind of think so too.
I think so too. But as far as when you talk about Joel Bitonio, rumors are Texans, Wyatt Teller, the other Browns former all-pro guard, have mutual interest as part of the Texans' potential. Like I said, I'm not rushing to judgment after they trade away 2 offensive linemen and added David Montgomery. I want to see what Nick Caserio's plan is. And after free agency, I will then reassess, and then the draft, how they fill their holes. but they have to fill some of them in free agency or trades leading up to said draft. And having mutual interest in guys like Cabe Mays, Wyatt Teller now, re-signing Trent Brown, who was the starting right tackle during their 9-game win streak before getting hurt in the postseason. Just saying. Those are moves that can help to kind of redefine the offensive line when you have Ariante Archery already on it, bringing in a new starting center, bringing in a new guard, and guard has kind of up the middle center guard. That's kind of been what's really hurt the Houston Texans. So if they can alleviate those, maybe we get to see rookie CJ Stroud again. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll hear from RJ Ochoa on the way out the door as he joined the Blitz as they talk about Pickens and Aubrey and how the Cowboys are freeing up money for a potential maybe run in free agency. We'll discuss as we come back here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
My car smells fresh, so fresh, always so fresh every day. My car smells fresh, so fresh, like I cleaned it yesterday. Got that Febreze car on the vents, living life with that just clean freshness. Febreze car, if you know, you know. Up to 40 there's a scent on low. My car smells fresh, so fresh, always so fresh every day. My car smells fresh, so fresh, like I cleaned it yesterday. That's right, breathe happy Febreze, la 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 la.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly with nationwide 5G because Cricket is on the AT&T network. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Hi, I'm April Ansira with the Ansira Auto Group. We've teamed up with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star to give away $60,000 to local charities in our Bracket for a Cause contest. 64 local charities will be randomly paired with tournament teams. The winner will get $50,000, while the team that suffers the biggest loss gets $10,000. All the details on how your nonprofit can enter are online at Ansira.com. That's Ansira.com. Good luck.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Spurs kick off a 6-game homestand, and they do it right. The Pistons are in town.
We will have a complete preview and get you ready for Spurs and Pistons. And we'll talk some Houston Texans with John McClain as free agency is about to begin.
Offensive line, anyone? The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Star.
210-656 ESPN 656-3776 if you want to be a part of the conversation here on Extra Innings with Pleasure. So good that you are joining me here tonight. And look, I love what George Pickens did for this offense. I love what Brandon Aubrey does for this offense. Is one more valuable than the other? How do you quite open up the money to attack free agency if Jerry's not willing to push some future contracts off and open up that cap space? Now, if he does between now and March 11th, which is the start of the legal negotiating period, I stand corrected. But I am standing on what Jerry Jones has showed me throughout the last decade. And that's how I operate until he shows me differently. He has been moving different this year. But there have been times when asked about busting the budget and going out and attacking free agency that he is kind of hedged. It's not a full waffle like your definition of all in and mine might not be the same thing, but it's pretty close. And so I start to wonder, is Jerry committed to putting a Super Bowl roster together? And are you willing to do it with George Pickens on the tag, Brandon Aubrey on the tender, without extending them, if you will, and pushing that money into the future to where you can walk away sight unseen, hands washed at the end of it all and going, I gave it a whirl. It didn't work. It's time to move on. Paul Gallo says the Rams trade was a steal. They keep the 13th pick. They give away their late round pick, a 5th and 6th, and a future 3rd next year. Yeah. But would you be happy if the Cowboys did something like that with George Pickens? That becomes the question. Guys, as always, check on your loved ones. You never know what people are going through in life, and a simple, hey, how you doing can change everything for someone. Be kind to people. It is getting crazier out there. So manage to just love the good moments in life. Love the good people in life. This is Extra Innings with Pleasure. I am James Pleasure. Don't forget to tune in bright and early tomorrow. Rob and AJ get you going. Blitz takes you home from 2 to 6, and I'll be right back here tomorrow morning to bring you home into the driveway. This has been the Blitz this has been Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Messages consent are required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text BOUNCE to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation